Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump reacting to the Charlotte protests at events yesterday. Watch.
It needs to become intolerable.
Look, I know I don't have all the answers. I don't know anyone who does. But this is certain. Too many people have lost their lives who shouldn't have.
I think stop and frisk. In New York City, it was so incredible the way it worked. Now, we had a very good mayor, but New York City was incredible the way that worked. So I think that would be one step you could do.
Former Homicide Detective Rod Wheeler joining us right now. Rod, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us on really
Good morning, Maria.
A tough morning. Both candidates seeming to agree something needs to be done about the climate of violence in the U.S. right now. What do you think needs to change to combat these protests?
Well, the first thing that's very important is that all the facts and circumstances come out, Maria, in terms of what happened yesterday. Now, real quickly, as you know, there were two narratives that came out of Charlotte yesterday. The family of the victim was saying that the decedent was carrying a book. The police chief said, no, that's just not true. The decedent had a gun in his hand. Now, the police chief also corroborated that, Maria, with independent witness statements. So right now, it sounds like the police there was a good shooting. They're going to continue to investigate. But what the police have to do to keep the calm down in the city is to be very transparent, and they also need to make this investigation a very swift and fast investigation and communicate with the community.
Rod, looking at this violence from afar, does it seem like that the Charlotte police weren't prepared for this? I know Charlotte very well, and the area where this violence broke out, Charlotte is a very small city in this area, and it's really like an outdoor mall, and it's almost unthinkable to imagine this kind of violence in such a kind of small enclosed area. Looking at this, do you think the police were kind of caught off guard?
You know, I don't think that they were necessarily caught off guard. Charlotte is a very progressive city, believe it or not, and actually very progressive for African Americans. So I was a little surprised that this riot even took place in a city like Charlotte. We just would not anticipate that. Now, the police had a lot of resources out there last night. The National Guard will be moving in later today, probably any minute now. They're going to be moving into the city of Charlotte, and they're going to be providing support and resources to the police department in case this violence erupts again later on today.
But, you know, there were many protesters shouting Black Lives Matter last night. Critics of President Obama say he's to blame for feeding into this climate of violence. What should he be doing now?
Well, you know, I'm not so sure if we can all put all the blame on President Obama, although I must say the buck stops at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The president needs to come out, as well as Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, and explain to the community that they are on top of this. They're going to make sure that it is a fair and just investigation and that they're going to monitor it. But